What's the podcast? What's the podcast? Episode 128. What's the podcast? Man, I just saw some craziness. My bad, Jerome Baker the third. We're back. We're here. Shout out to my man. Always available. Hashtag Streetwear Eddie
What's up, fellas?
and Abdul the Republican.
Abdul
That
is a
shit did not
Republican.
stick from last week. But what did you see? What's the craziness you talking
So I
about?
just saw two back-to-back things on Twitter. Number one, remember, and I know you remember this, Abdul. There was a dude down in like Norfolk, Virginia Beach who made some custom dunks. They had like a wave on them.
Yeah, he entered them in some competition, right?
Yeah, he's selling them for $900.
He's trying to sell it for 900.
That's crazy. And
Wait,
then,
they actually got made? Because all I saw was a concept or like a drawing or some shit. And he was like, yo, vote for me. I'm entering some contest.
the Virginia Beach is going to be available on 9/4 at 3 p.m. on our website. First come, first serve.
Wow, for $900. So
they're gonna stay on the website.
it looks like it was some competition with Nike for like designing some shit. And I thought he had actually done fairly well, but it looks like he either didn't win the shit and now he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna put it out on my own. For $900 though, fam, come on, relax.
Crazy.
So
And
hold
then-
on, is it
You're
okay?
custom.
Is it okay to like customize and like bite Nike products
I don't know.
if you're doing it for like a competition, or if you're doing it to like make money off of it?
I don't think so because everybody. The man Geiger just got a notice, right?
That's true.
He just got.
I mean, his shit is clearly a bite, but
But you know what's- it's
he
funny you-
advertised it as such.
It's funny that you bring that up though. According to his statement, his shit is copyrighted and patented though. So, like, you know what I mean? Like he
Yeah, but
does.
his-
he has some
his-
sort of legal standing to fall on when
His
they go
own
to the court of law.
design. Yeah, but
What's that?
maybe that's his logo that's copyrighted and it's like
No,
sold.
it looks. He said that his shoe is patented and
Okay.
copyrighted.
Then he's good.
Which, well, I don't know because I mean he also has said it's inspired by an Air Force One, but how he managed to get through that process and of trademarking and you know what I'm saying, ensuring that his shit is legit is weird to me. But
Well, I think the thing about it is you just have to know. You have to know what constitutes
Like how far to
change.
take it.
Right. So there's like if you change so much on a design,
yeah,
that's when it becomes no longer the
yeah.
property
I think
of-
you have to change like 80% of it
So
in
he
order for it
knows.
to.
So exactly. So I'm pretty sure he knows what to change. That's going to be subtle enough to where it
that
doesn't throw off the
the naked
customer.
eye doesn't see it because
Exactly.
looking at it, it looks like an Air Force
I mean, it's
One,
a
but
it's a
it must be-
GF1.
But
Yeah.
if you were to ask him, he would be able to probably tell you all the
Yeah.
differences that way. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that, and then I also saw that there's a guy by the name of Mike Richards. I don't know if you guys were familiar with Mike Richards,
Nah.
but Mike Richards was the executive producer of Jeopardy,
Okay.
The show Jeopardy.
the show Jeopardy. Okay.
Okay.
So
With Alex Trebek. Shout out to
Yes.
Alex Trebek.
Alex Trebek said that he wanted this black woman to be the replacement.
Yep.
Oh, so
Right.
the Mike guy got let go, or he's no longer there?
Hold on. Let's
Okay.
get to that. So the people had been campaigning for LeVar Burton because LeVar Burton said that he.
I thought you were about to say LeVar Ball.
Nah, LeVar Burton, Reading Rainbow, right, said that it was his life's dream to host Jeopardy. So he got a tryout, and the internet was all happy.
You know who's LeVar Burton again? He's what, an author? You said?
He was Reading Rainbow.
What's that?
You never? Oh, yeah, you didn't grow up here. Reading Rainbow was like a PBS show with LeVar Burton, who was like this very
And he's a black dude.
nice looking. Yeah, he's a very like put together black dude. He's like non-threatening.
It was like a
And,
kid show.
It was on PBS. Yeah, it was like Reading Rainbow. You know. what I'm
Okay.
saying?
All right.
If you Google him, you know who he is.
Yeah.
All right.
So then he wanted to be a host. He got a tryout. Boom. Mike Richards was the executive producer of
The show.
of the show.
Wait,
he's-
Alex Trebek is no longer on the show?
He's no longer on the show.
All right.
I believe he passed away.
Yeah, I believe he's no longer with
He did?
us.
He
Yeah.
passed away? Oh, rest in
I
peace.
mean, I know he
Okay.
had cancer,
All right, the story is making more sense now. He's gone, and they're looking for a replacement host.
but he wanted this woman to replace
He
him.
wanted this black woman to replace him.
Okay.
They never even considered her at the time. And rest in peace, Alex Trebek. He died November 8th, 2020.
All right.
So this guy, Mike Richards, was
COVID?
the executive.
Not cancer.
Okay.
Cancer. November. So Mike Richards was the executive producer. He said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna make myself the host." Right? Bong.
Wow.
Cool.
All right.
So at that point, the internet is upset. The woman doesn't get a shot. LeVar Burton doesn't get a shot. Let's dig into this guy's past to see if we can find anything.
Mike Richards.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, he wilding. He's wilding.
They found out
because Twitter will find out everything.
He wilding.
They found
Them
out
motherfuckers are better than the fucking feds.
And you know why? You know what he did himself on? He did himself wrong on his own podcast.
Yep.
On his own
He
podcast.
snitched on himself.
The words he was using, racial stuff, sexual stuff,
Oh
all
shit.
sorts
Okay.
of just
Like,
demeaning people just because
nobody
of
that
those
needs
guys.
that type of platform.
Nobody. So
Yeah.
boom. He
That's why we're so responsible. Shout out to the stands.
We're not trying to.
I don't want to host Jeopardy.
Yeah. So
Maybe
so
one
basically-
day.
So basically, they're like, all right. They basically forced him to resign as
The host.
the host of the show.
Yeah.
Right. Cool. Quiet as kept.
Before he even got to be the host.
Before he even got to be the host.
Yeah.
Now, he just got let go of being of the executive.
I love
producer.
it. You were doing
So-
too much.
As
The
he
whole
should.
world came crumbling down on
Yeah.
him, as it should, right? As it
Yeah.
should.
I mean, when you do it to yourself, man, what the fuck? You only have to blame yourself, you know?
Pause.
Very true.
Hey, yo.
Pause. Hey, yo. He was fired as executive producer, and he was executive producer of Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, he was getting that
He
bag.
lost the bag.
He
Okay.
lost
Did he?
it super bad.
Yeah. Well, he
Yeah.
already has a super bag, so he's probably not tripping.
Yo, you know what I found out about executive producers, and maybe even producers, but definitely I heard about executive producers. They get 10% of whatever the show gets in,
That's stupid.
money wise.
That's stupid.
That's a lot of fucking bread.
Hell yeah.
So he just lost out on pretty much 20% of what fucking Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy brings
Yeah,
in.
but how long has he been getting that bag, though?
Oh, forever. He's
Yeah,
already
not,
rich.
He's not worried
But-
about it.
So what's going on with the show now? Is it even on TV?
I don't know. I believe. My bad. I believe they're trying to figure it out now. You know what I'm saying? I believe they just have enough episodes in the case. Because what they were doing is
Like playing reruns.
that, and they were having guest hosts. So supposedly,
yep.
I think the woman from Blossom, like the nerdy white girl from Blossom,
Yeah.
she's supposed to be helping out in some capacity. I'm not sure.
They should just
Well,
have one of them dudes that just keep winning all the time.
Should have me on there. Like, yo, let's do a What's a Podcast co-host thing,
Let's do it.
situation, guest host thing.
Mayim.
We'll get canceled quick.
So her name is her name is Mayim Bialik, and I want to.
She sounds racist.
She's an actress. I want to say she was on one of
She
those
sounds
shows.
ethnic to me.
She's not
she's-
ethnic. She's white.
Nah, yeah,
She like
just
Greek or something, right?
probably something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How
How did we get there from? How did we get to
Jeopardy.
from John Geiger?
just because I saw the tweets back to back. It was like
Oh, okay.
a $900 custom shoe, and then this guy lost his
Right.
entire bag.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what
yeah.
I'm saying? But what's the podcast? Episode 128. We're back in full effect.
We're back in full effect. Yo, going back to that Geiger thing, and patents. It's really funny because recently there was the Vandy kid who's also he's an artist and designer out of the VA area and has like a pretty big following, right? And he had a
Like a pop up.
pop-up at Commonwealth and has like a Dunk-esque kind of shoe. But what he actually did was his sneaker, he was able to get a patent on it. It's sort of like a mashup between a Dunk and a Jordan 1 Low. So,
Or mid, like a Jordan 1 mid.
no, a low.
Okay.
But because it has like different components from two shoes, he was able to mash them up into one, and I think that's what he somehow used to get it patented and pass through the process because it's different enough from a Dunk and from a Jordan 1 Low,
Yep.
where he was able to get his own fucking version of the patent passed. So
Smart.
it's smart. Jerome, you got a pair, right? That you wore. I think I saw you wearing it, right?
That is negative. You did
Oh.
not see me wearing- Oh, sir.
Oh,
I've-
Tom wore it. Tom was supporting family.
I wasn't here.
Shout out to Tom with the new fashion model career.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to talk about that.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
of course. We got to talk about that. Tom just appeared. He's on billboards all around DC right now, modeling for Douglas, the Calloway kid.
The Callow kid.
Douglas the Callow Kid, yeah.
Listen, new brand coming out of DC. Shout out to our guy, ugly ass Mike, who's the CEO of that company, and used Tom in a
Little photo
modeling
shoot.
campaign, man.
Yeah.
And listen, Tom, I think Tom might have got used for his tattoos for that shoot. Like, what do y'all think? Like,
I think he crushed it.
he crushed it, man. He's on. I think I saw him on a billboard over there by Navy Yard.
Blue steel in every picture.
Right, blue steel. He's over there by the National Stadium, and in over there in by Wheaton Plaza. So if you're in those areas, look at the range of where Tom is at. He's over there at National Stadium and over there by Wheaton Plaza. So
He's everywhere.
check those billboards out. That if you don't know, that's Silent Tom on the billboard, representing Douglas the Calloway kid.
Callow kid.
Callow kid.
Callow.
Okay, listen, I fuck with that brand, man. I
Follow him
grab-
on IG.
I grabbed a couple of T-shirts, but they got a pretty big budget to be putting up billboards all around the city. I think that's kind of tight.
And to get somebody like Tom to do the campaign.
That's
for
true.
him.
That's true. Tom, because Tom is very reclusive, to say the least. He doesn't even talk on the show, let alone show his face. But for a while, I looked through some of the pictures, and I was like, Tom's not going to show his face because he had his head like bowed down a little bit. And then one picture I saw him smiling, and I was like, oh, okay.
That might be the art for this week.
Yes, Silent Tom, modeling career. Silent Tom's always been kind of a model, though, right? He did some stuff for Calvin Klein back in the day, at Palace 5.
He definitely did Palace 5 for sure.
Yeah, so Giorgio Armani. I think
I believe so.
Silent Tom was also
Armani
Giorgio
Exchange.
Armani Exchange. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. He was a Armani Exchange model back in the day, where he was on the side of the window on in Georgetown, right on Wisconsin Avenue at the store, which I believe now is the Gap store,
I don't even
or
know.
it used to be next door to the Gap store. It's one of the two.
Yep.
Yeah. Shout out to Silent Tom.
So one time for
Silent Tom.
Silent Tom, no doubt. So yeah, back. Obviously, we kind of jumped it off a little differently, but it's all good.
Yeah,
What's
what's
the
up with
podcast?
y'all?
Episode
Everything good?
128. We're back. Yeah.
Happy birthday to your daughter, man. Today's her ninth birthday.
Queen Bean turns 9 today. Yeah,
Amazing.
So
School
Wow.
started yesterday. Birthday today.
Oh, she's killing it.
Did they do anything in school like they used to do before COVID, or no?
they do. They do. I don't know. I think
You're
they
not allowed to
wait-
bring food though, right?
Nah, you can't bring nothing up there.
You
So
just
they do
bring
like
balloons and something.
you can't even go into school. Like you got
Right.
Oh,
You can't even go into school.
You can't
That's
even
right.
go into school?
No.
No. You
Wow.
cannot go to the schools.
Yeah, drop offs are a little bit. We did it yesterday. How did yours go? Well, you guys actually just walk up, right? Because you live fairly
Yeah,
close
we
to the
walk
school.
up because but like they have to block off one main street, and they did that yesterday. Thank God. So it was really easy. It's always emotional for me because she's so big and she's starting to be on that like, Daddy, you don't have to stand in line with me, and I'm like, yes, I do.
And Daddy
You know what I
wants
mean?
to stand in line with you.
Relax. All
You
right.
have
I'm
no, you
standing
have no,
right here.
you have no
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
I call Grandma, you know it's on. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
So it's a lot, man. It's 4th grade. It's just a lot of independence.
4th grade, man.
A lot of
I remember when they
independence.
were born. God
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah. It's real deal. So
Real.
we're
deal.
you know what I'm saying, we're just looking forward to having another great school year. She already
Safe, healthy school year.
Yeah, I mean, being a parent in this particular time of a children's schooling is it's interesting.
And
Yeah.
scary.
It's almost so much not about the work anymore. It's just about the health and safety.
Like staying safe,
Facts.
yeah.
and you really utilizing common sense and just drilling, just letting your child know like this is what we have. This
It's
is what's gonna
mandatory.
keep us right.
Yeah.
And Bella never had a problem with the mask. She has 9 masks in her bag, and
Mm-hmm.
she has masks with filters. She'll double up sometimes. She doesn't really want to be around. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens, man. It's only day 2, so but yeah, I mean, DCPS in general. I saw a fight yesterday.
Wait,
Yeah,
at
the
the school?
Parents?
Nah. Like I'm at
Oh.
the Bank of America on 14th and Irving.
Okay.
Oh, that's why.
It's first day of school. It's 3:45. The high school is letting out. I'm just
Oh,
it's
lit.
Fuck, Jerome.
Oh,
So
instead
of making the left towards Park Road, I made the right to try to walk down Irving to go behind like the Best Buy and everything.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
40 kids outside, cell phones, adults.
Getting it in.
First day of school, and they are just fighting.
Is two kids rumbling or is Cruz going
right
at
in front of IHOP, going at it. Two kids.
Like
two? Okay, two kids. All right.
And just a lot of cussing and screaming and yelling and kind of spilled into the street. It's busy. It's a busy time over there. You know
That road's Irving's always busy. There's always
Yeah.
bumper to bumper.
The only time
I try to
Irving's
avoid that shit when I'm driving.
I hate Irving. The only time Irving's
Yeah.
not busy is like 9:00 at night. Like that's literally the only time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously DC's back is ready to roll. You know what I'm saying?
Did they have on masks as they were fighting?
Of course not.
Fuck no. That shit comes off right as soon as they walk out the door.
As soon as they walk out of the school, I'm pretty sure you can. Yeah, because I think the only reason why they might not throw them away is because you have to wear a mask in Chick-fil-A.
I
That's
do
what
like
I've-
that it was only two kids fighting and nobody was like jumping one person and things like that. It
And
was
the
just
fight
a
didn't
one-on-one thing.
Yeah, the fight didn't even last long. Like by the time I realized what I was walking into and
Mhm.
kind of like
Yeah,
backtracked
it was
a little
over.
bit, it was over. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I just
You
like,
get winded, man. I mean, listen, 30 seconds in a fight is like fucking 9 minutes and it's
I don't
not real
think-
shit.
Not when not when you're in 10th grade though.
Nah, even in 10th
True.
grade, you get
Nah,
winded.
'cause
Nah.
they had
I'd
the
get
phones.
tired.
They had the phones hyping them up. They had the girls hyping them up.
Yeah,
you
you
know what I
can't.
mean?
Well, yeah, the phones is a different dimension in the fight now. Like,
Yeah.
you cannot back down. Like, that's just
Well, I think the fight ended too because they realized the fanfare that it was causing, and I think one guy was about to get the upper hand on the other kid,
mhm.
and so the other kid was like, you know what,
I'm good.
blah blah blah. cussed
Yeah,
at
he
him.
talked his way
He's like,
out.
I'm out. Yeah, walked up Irving towards 14th Street. At that point, I was like, all right, man, let me just go home. So,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, it's DC, man. It's the fall. Obviously, September is knocking on the door.
still hot as shit though.
But it drops tomorrow, I think.
It rains tomorrow.
But it drops to 72.
Wow.
Yeah. There 50% rain and 75.
It's Labor Day weekend this weekend too, right?
Yeah. Labor Day weekend this weekend. It doesn't feel too laborious though.
It does not feel
It
laborious.
doesn't feel like we're not celebrating a whole lot. Obviously, we're seeing what's going down in Afghanistan.
It's fucked up.
We're seeing what's going
Yeah.
on in Louisiana.
Shit,
There's still wildfires like crazy out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
there's still COVID around the whole fucking
COVID
world.
cases going up still.
COVID is wild.
It feels like the world is about to end in some aspects.
yeah.
Yeah. I would like, and this is gonna sound fucked up,
Let me.
but I
hear
would
it.
like something major to happen. Like I would like a whole country to disappear. Because at this point,
Mhm.
Something ended in Stan.
no. It's just like we've had all these things happen, and people still aren't taking anything serious.
Yeah.
People still
They never will, dude.
and that's
They
my
never
whole
will.
point.
People
You need-
don't
you
give
need-
a fuck. That's
you
the
need an
problem.
entire continent to disappear, and like it can't be a shitty continent. Like you
It's
can't
gotta
get
be
rid of
one of the good ones.
It's
Nah,
got to be
because
like,
then people are gonna be like, well, it wasn't us. We good.
nah, but you need like
A wake
I know-
up call.
you need
No.
a wake up call.
Yo, if COVID hasn't been a fucking wake up call for the whole fucking world, people ain't gonna trip off a country disappearing, dog. Nobody gives a fuck.
You know what needs to happen?
Ignorant people don't travel. They never go in there. They don't know anybody from there. They never plan on going there. They don't care.
Maybe it's not even a whole country, but it needs to be important people from each group. So if you're like, let's say, right-wing Republican, and the person that matters to you the most is, for example, Trump. Trump needs to die because
I
of
mean,
like
I'm
COVID,
okay with that.
right?
I'm
Like
okay with
something
that.
needs to happen to him. He needs to catch COVID. He didn't have a mask on. He needs to die. If you are a fucking millennial, let's say Kanye West needs to die. Like
I'm okay with
somebody
that.
you're looking up to, like in that hemisphere.
But people don't care, yo. They
no,
really don't
they'll
care.
care. I think
Nah, they
I
don't.
think it needs to be somebody who
Yo, a
is
whole
really important to that person.
country's
their lives.
worth of people have already died from COVID, dog.
But
What's
they're
the
not
de-
important.
What's the
They're,
yeah, but
they're
what's the death
invisible.
toll?
You don't know these people in order to. They have not played a role in your life. Motherfuckers hang on everything. Somebody
Yo,
like
famous
Kanye
people.
says.
Famous people have died from COVID, and nobody
they're not famous enough. They're not famous enough.
So here's what I'm
like
saying.
Fred the
right?
Godson, rest in peace, died of COVID.
Biz Markie.
Biz didn't die of COVID.
Okay.
I don't think so. I think he had other health issues that have been stemming from a long time. I don't know if COVID was part of the equation.
Chucky Thompson.
Chucky Thompson. That's what I'm saying. These people are not important enough. They're important to us in our generation. But that's what I'm saying. Every generation. Chucky Thompson dying was definitely a wake-up call for some people. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. It was not though. It was not though. You want to know why I say that?
No. It was a wake-up call for a small demographic of
some people.
No, it was. I know that because
people.
I've talked to some of those people
and I'm about
who
to tell
didn't really fuck with vaccines before that, and it changed their mind.
It has not changed Pete Rock's mind. It has not changed Big Daddy Kane's mind. It has not
Busta
changed
Rhymes' mind.
Maceo. It hasn't changed.
But it changed some people.
But this is his peer group. They're all early to 50s.
Now you're right.
If you look at Maceo from De La Soul, who is their DJ, who also had a son who did super fucked up shit. I think he killed somebody.
His son did.
I believe his son killed somebody, right?
Okay.
If you look at Maceo's Instagram, he is literally casting doubt on everything vaccine related, vaccinations, anything to try to make you
not take the vaccine.
Not take the vaccine. When I say it's Pete Rock, it's all of these guys.
Yeah, Busta. Like, we've already talked about last episode or two.
But like the
Maceo
ago. Thing is so like, come on, bro. You guys are all 50.
Yeah.
If you don't get this,
yo, I saw Spike Lee get the vaccine, yo.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I understand what Abdul's saying in terms of like Chucky Thompson to me should have been a wake up call for the De La Soul
demographic.
guys.
But I will tell you that it did alert some people within that same age group, and obviously there's still a lot more people that need to die.
In every age group. In every age group.
Yeah, but if you have somebody like and I really fuck with this person, but he's so influential that if somebody like Travis, God forbid, caught COVID,
let's just say Kanye, because Kanye is on that same stature.
You think so? You don't think Travis is more influential than Kanye?
Hell no.
I think I think Complex just did a thing that said Travis is the most. I
think to a certain age group. I
think he's extremely influential, but Kanye got like a cult following, yo.
You know what I think is the difference? I think people even within like our age group and maybe even a little bit younger fuck with Travis more than they fuck with Kanye because of the fucked up shit Kanye has done.
That's a fact.
Travis, not that we know of, has not done anything like that. So I fuck with Travis.
Yeah, I fuck with Travis
way more. I don't fuck with Kanye at all.
Yeah, I don't fuck with him.
Yeah. So people do look up to Kanye, but if somebody like Kanye passes because of COVID, I think it's definitely going to be a wake-up call to a lot of people.
I don't think as much as it would have been because they're just going to be like, he was crazy, he was wilding, et cetera, et cetera. Now, had he been responsible, Kanye, then I think it would have a different type situation. I don't think there are leaders in the world in particular positions where if one dies, everybody is going to feel some kind of way. I think
not everybody, but I think there's going to be a demographic that follows that person who's going to be like, yo, it's going to be a wake
I honestly feel like most people that fuck with Travis like that probably are vaccinated.
I believe a lot of them aren't, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's a lot of people that we know that are not. But
I mean, listen, we can talk. Let's talk about it. So, Darling Nikki.
How did your vaccination only event go? The party.
So let's talk about it.
So hold on. So what was the rules? You had to be proof of vaccination or proof of a negative COVID test in 48 hours, or what was it?
Basically, right? And you didn't even need it on you. You could have a copy of it, whatever the case may be.
It could be a picture in your phone.
Photoshop.
The guy that
Photoshop.
the guy that takes our videos and photos, he forgot his wife had to send it to him like at the front door. He's the camera guy, right?
So hold on. So you had the club enforce it. It wasn't like you were like security you had to show it to security to get at the door.
No, you had to show it to security.
Okay,
that's tight.
And they only do that there for your party. Normal nights they don't do that.
I don't know what they do on normal nights.
Okay,
I'm not sure. I haven't played there on a weekend, but it was a significant amount of people that we turned away. Okay. I want to say almost 3 figures worth of people.
Wow.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? People who are texting, yo, so like how strict is it? Yo, can you
That's a stupid fucking question.
Like I left my card at home. All sorts of just excuses and explanations. And hey, man, I can't do nothing for you. You know
Anybody
what I'm
we
saying?
know?
Yes,
A lot of people we know
a lot of people we know.
that we thought were vaccinated that come to find out they're not. Anybody in that situation?
Yes, for sure. So
Wow.
I absolutely was
Let's
mad
call
at
him out.
I was mad at myself.
We're gonna post the list on IG.
That's going to be the
It'll
art
be
cover
it'll
for-
be on the Whats'a podcast.
We can also talk about influencing a listener to get vaccinated because of the show.
we'll do
as
that.
well.
We'll do that next. We'll do that next.
Bless you.
So I definitely was disappointed in myself for giving people the benefit of the doubt.
that
for
you
thinking
assumed they were
That I
vaccinated.
assumed that
Yeah.
they
that
would,
you was hanging out with maskless and shit.
no. That I assumed that they would care about the next person
Mm.
and the next person's health.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was my fault.
You didn't
to
know
be-
they were that selfish.
Of course I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I just was very much like
Did
word.
it
Like,
jeopardize any friendships? Like people are like, you know what?
For
I'm probably not
sure.
going to fuck with them anymore.
I mean, I don't fuck with a lot of people as it is, but
I already
you
know
what I mean?
that, but I'm
Like,
saying like, like
yeah, no, for sure.
don't come back.
Don't come back. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So, but what you did just mention was very important to us. A friend of ours, Janky Slamsworth.
Should we beep out the name?
Well, that's just. I mean, if you know that name, you really know that person because he doesn't use that name anymore. So you had to really know that.
Long time friend, listener of the
Long
show.
time friend. Yeah, he basically lives a little further south from the DC area, but still in Virginia. And he's a natural food connoisseur.
Yeah.
Like he has a farm.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have gotten any food from him, any greens.
Like produce.
I plan on it. I plan on
Yo.
signing up for a subscription through his
Incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, but like if you got a family, you're good.
Mhm.
He gives you so much food for that next 3-4 days. All you're eating is greens. Like
That's
gonna feel-
amazing.
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, it did me so right.
It's done him really right too.
Yeah. So he basically listened to the podcast, and he
went and got that shot.
He went and got that shot. You know what I'm saying? And then he sent me the screenshot of his card. You know what I'm saying? Which is, I mean, I think if you get one, you're what, 85%.
Yep.
85% is the first
I
shot.
think it's
and
less
then
than that, but yeah.
It's
Close
something. It's good. It's good.
It's
Yeah,
better
it's
than
good.
nothing.
Yeah, it's
no,
better than
100%. Yeah.
So
It's one step in the right direction.
yeah, for sure. So I mean, I think that he is just in a good place. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he was a full-on denier, anti-vaxxer per se, but at this
You know what
point,
I'm
I just
also
know he has a
realizing
shot.
is I think a lot of people have been
Skeptical.
they're not necessarily anti-vaxxers, but more so they've been like, yo, this shit happened way too quick for it to really be like effective. And that's what I'm seeing a lot of. And
I mean,
also there was also the thing about it's not FDA approved.
It is though.
No, now it is.
Now it is.
I mean,
Yeah.
alcohol isn't FDA approved, and people
Alcohol
get
is-
drunk every
fucking
weekend,
right.
every night. So
Listen,
let's just
I'm
keep
just
it
telling
100.
you what people are saying, right?
Yeah.
But listen, shout out to our guy, and shout out to us for being responsible vaccine influencers. Who can we get a bag from for being these kind of influencers? What do y'all think?
Moderna, holler at us.
There we go.
We all-
We've
we all-
already been claiming
We
Moderna
all
gang
Moderna anyways.
from day one.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, drop us the bag, man. We could get a lot of people vaccinated, even if we got to force them into it. We have a lot of reach.
All right, so I want to give a shout out to.
Hold on. So how did the party turn out?
It was lighter. It was lighter than it has been.
But I mean, was it still like people in there?
Oh, it was a great party. Like it was a house party. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like it still made money. So I was.
So was it masks still on?
Some
or
people were.
off?
Some people were still wearing masks.
Did you have yours on?
Yeah.
Was it halfway around, like
Nah.
wrapped around your bottom lip, maybe?
Nah. I mean, what happens with me though is with the mask and DJ and all that. I breathe. So I've been like it's hot.
They've been catching you at the wrong moment, like
No, it gets
taking
it
that
gets-
photo.
It gets soiled, and once it gets soiled, they tell you can't. Wear
It's not serving its purpose.
It's not
yeah.
serving its purpose anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
They need to make like a DJ friendly mask.
I've been Yeah, they do because the KN95s aren't comfortable to DJ in.
You got to get that joint that looks like a duck in the front. That little.
Yeah. So
The
I need.
KN95 is not comfortable at all.
Yeah,
That shit
but
is. And you know what I've also realized is that maybe I have like a fat chin, but the shit splits right at the bottom, which
I don't
lets
know.
air in, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe
Yeah.
I
You
just
should
gotta-
just wear.
Maybe
You
I'm
should just
wearing
wear
a
that.
kid's version.
You should just wear that bubble goggle face joint on when you DJ Rome.
You still need the mask to be effective.
Yeah.
And, yo,
I
like,
fuck with the surgical masks, man. I like
That's what I
those.
fuck with. Yeah.
Yeah.
If
So-
it's good enough for doctors, it's good enough for me.
shout out to. I mean, I must have went through about 10 masks this weekend DJing, but shout out to first and foremost the Night Brunch, Baltimore, my man DJ Impulse and Jason Bass. They
Saw
have
that shit. That shit looked
They have
alright.
a party. They have a party called the Night Brunch.
They had y'all way up in the air, like way away from all that COVID.
Away from the people. Yeah, 800 people came through the
What was that?
function,
Friday night?
Friday night at the Sagamore Distillery.
Oh.
No, the distillery, not the Pendry.
They had a nice outdoor space.
That shit was fire.
That might be the best. That's the best space in DC, Maryland, Virginia. You know what I'm saying? Like, because so it's at the spot called Port Covington in Baltimore.
Okay.
The guy Kevin Plank, who owned Under Armour,
Yep.
bought-
University of Maryland grad.
300 acres in that particular area. He is turning it into a smart city. So within Baltimore City, it'll be this smart city.
What's the name of that area?
Port Covington?
That's a new name, or that's what it's already been called.
Is it in the city
It's
or
in
like
the
out-
city.
Okay.
It's in the
Downtown,
city.
close.
I don't know.
It's like by Fells Point or something.
I don't know. I don't know, but I just know it's still within the city limits for sure.
All right.
Because my Uber driver was like, "Man, this is we still in Baltimore." So there were like boats pulling up. People were literally pulling up.
Hold
on
up, you
boats.
took Uber all the way to Baltimore?
No, when I got a hotel room and then I got.
Oh, I was gonna say, shoosh.
No. So then, like, there were people pulling up on boats to the harbor. Impulse he played a really good set, and then I jumped on and got busy for 2 hours, a little more than 2 hours. Impulse finished it off. It was great. It was a great,
Impulse was on the
great
mic
party.
emceeing while you were playing, huh?
He was on the mic. Yeah, so I just put the mix out. We'll put the mix.
I saw that.
The link will be in the Whats'a podcast. When you hear this, it'll be in the stories. Really good mix too, man. I really played some of everything. It's always a bucket list item to play like Baltimore club music. in
So what was the crowd like?
super mixed up, super diverse, sellout. Basically,
A
they
lot
had
of
about,
ladies.
lot of ladies. They
Did
had
you
about
bag some in there?
Nope,
Or-
nope, all work.
He said
all
nope,
work,
nope.
all work.
No.
So it's
you don't
like
be utilizing your DJ like
I don't. I come
privilege,
in,
man.
I come in.
He's trying to get that bag.
Trying to work it.
you're single. You need to just listen.
I'm trying to get the
I'm trying.
bag, bro.
I'm trying to tell you, you can do both.
That's a fact. You could
If
definitely
I
do
wanted,
both.
If I wanted to, I'm sure I could, but
You should.
I'm not tripping though.
You got a
Like,
hotel.
yeah, but
Listen.
my focus was figuring out this party because I didn't know what
Okay.
I was walking into.
All right.
And it's Impulse listens to the podcast, so he definitely is aware of how we speak about it, and he was definitely right in that it's about a 30 and older party.
I mean, that's a good age for you.
it's a
Like
great
that's
age,
the perfect age. Like
Yeah.
kind of,
It's all good.
you know,
It's all
mid
good.
30s, late 30s, whatever, early 30s, I guess.
I'm
all
just
that.
not there. I'm just not there personally right now. Like I'm not that guy for you. You know what I'm
No?
saying? I'm just trying to get the bag.
Be
So-
good to have
he don't
like,
got time for it.
like some
daughter.
work out there. You know what I mean? Like be more like
Yeah.
far away, but not really far away. Like,
I don't see it happening.
no.
Nah,
Okay.
I'm
We
good.
got to dedicate a podcast to that one night. Like talk about Jerome and his single life. Like that's gonna be an episode
We can-
on
we can do
Patreon.
it.
One
Hit
night.
him in the
One
slide in
episode.
his DM.
Yeah, listen, like ladies, come on,
If you want, yeah,
hit
for
our
sure.
guy up. You know,
Hit,
what I mean?
hit our guy up in the podcast Instagram.
I'm an awesome guy, man. That's what's up.
Yeah, hit up
So,
the What's a Podcast IG,
IG, yeah.
DM.
Let it get filtered out
Ab-
first.
Abdul response.
Oh man, listen,
so-
somebody will respond back pretending to be Jerome.
Listen, that particular party was incredible. Like I said, 800 people, about 10 to 12 vendors, a lot of.
What was the food like? Did you eat?
Oh man, yeah,
like
the food-
vendors in terms of like restaurants or like food trucks type deal?
yeah. Food trucks, restaurants, a mix. You know what I'm saying? And just like the food was amazing. It was incredible. just anything you can imagine. Then they were giving tours of the distillery while it was going on.
That's
So
dope.
if you went on a tour, you took like 3 shots at the end of.
So was the was the
different
was the crowd like predominantly like a night brunch crowd, or was like a mix of people that were at the distillery or just like walking by, whatever?
No, you're not gonna go to this distillery just off the humble. Like you're driving to this place.
Okay, so
Like,
it was a
there's
night.
still
It was a night all night brunch crowd.
100%, 800 people, night
Damn.
brunch crowd, beautiful.
That's solid.
Beautiful people. Yeah, Lauren Glass, he pulled up on me.
Oh, our guy.
He lives like right out
International
there,
Low.
right?
He lived, yeah, International Low pulled up.
Killing it.
VJ was with him. It was a bunch of good people. in there,
BJ
man.
or
No,
VJ?
no, VJ.
Oh, okay. LA VJ.
Yeah, he was in town for a wedding.
Oh, okay.
So,
All right.
and a few other people that we know were there. So it was dope, man. One of the best parties I played in the last couple of years. I just got a wedding request as a result of that party. So
Are you doing weddings?
hell no. But I'm just saying,
The bag is right.
not even. I don't like the stress level involved with weddings.
Oh, so you're not gonna do it.
Jerome DJ at my wedding.
I thought you just said you're all about the bag.
I'm
should
about
do
the
the
bag, but I also said the stress level.
Yeah.
Having
Mental health.
having
Okay.
to coordinate with somebody for 6 months, and I got to hear what you, your cousin, your mama.
If you want
all
Jerome to
this
DJ your wedding, you just gotta let him do his thing, give him the bag, and let him do his thing.
So I do have an offer on the table to play in Charleston, South Carolina.
Oh, let's
for a
go.
wedding.
Road trip.
So I'm deciding. I'm supposed to be going with my man Neil. He's driving down, but
Is he attending the wedding? He
he's attending the wedding.
he
Yeah,
like
for sure.
told them about you. He like put you onto the gig.
His home, whoever's getting married, she heard me DJ with him at a party, loved it. Like 10 years ago, they showed me the picture from Napoleon 10 years ago.
Wow.
And so October 16th, supposed to go to not New Orleans, Charleston. But I'm
so
iffy.
you're DJing it.
I'm iffy on South Carolina, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
don't
I mean,
know.
I heard Charleston is off the chain, man. I heard the
I've
food
always-
is off the chain.
I've always wanted to go to
the
Charleston.
city's tight. It's a
but then I
beautiful
know,
city,
like,
apparently.
The
The
first,
history behind it makes me
Exactly.
it turns me off.
the
Yeah.
first tree or like
Yeah,
set of trees or some
The
shit.
trees just look racist, right?
Or the first Confederate flag you see.
It's
It's really the trees are even
the
racist,
trees,
bro.
though.
Yeah.
It's
The
the trees.
trees really you're fucking right.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I'm very hesitant to do that. But one of my homies is a DJ in Atlanta, and he'll be DJing that weekend in Charleston, like that Saturday night. So he's like, "Yo, like, come out. You know, I'll put you on with the spot. They'll love you." And I'm just like,
Oh shit, double up.
yeah. I mean, I don't have high hopes for the Charleston nightlife, right? But we'll see what
Hey,
happens. So
you
Listen,
might be,
you
might
did
be
it.
surprised.
You did it up with StockX White Boys in Iowa or some shit, right? Idaho. Where
yeah,
were you?
I'm going back to Iowa.
But that's
the
what I'm
week-
saying. Like,
The week before that, October 9th.
You could stop by Soul Priorities on the way down to South Carolina.
So I talked to Chase
There we
about that. Yeah.
Oh,
when
shit,
they gonna have
okay.
you come DJ in store?
I'm not sure. We haven't worked that out, but I said, bro, I'm gonna drive down if there's enough lead-in time.
yeah,
Basically, if I get there early enough, then I'll stop by and see
and
what's
grab a
good.
pair of
Yeah,
Travis
yeah.
Fragment
We just talked
Jordan
this morning.
ones.
I don't
You
like
gonna
those, man.
spend that whole DJ bag.
Nah, they're gonna give it to us for the low. That's family.
I just saw those low-top Travis Jordan ones in the shop on Sunday, and it just maybe it was the person wearing them.
It was the
I don't-
person wearing them.
I don't really like the Travis ones, to be 100% honest with you, man.
I do.
I don't
like,
really like. I
I
don't
like
really
the highs way
backwards-
better than the lows. To be honest,
I don't like the backwards swoosh too much.
I like
me,
the
it's just
highs
off.
over the lows. Everybody's been going crazy on the lows, but I really like and appreciate the color blocking. That blue toe box on the highs does it for me. Pause.
I prefer like the regular Fragment Jordan ones over the.
Oh,
Travis.
of course. Well, yeah, but this is a good replacement. Actually, the price on them is going up crazy, man.
Yeah.
They're out of reach for
Well,
somebody
I
like me.
think that they
Actually,
they're
all
an,
of
they're
us.
they're an investment piece at this point. So like if
But-
you want to,
But what's the point if you're not
Yeah.
gonna wear them? Like I
gotta
like to
wear
wear
'em.
I wear all my shoes. Abdul
Listen,
wears
I-
his shoes in the rain.
I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying for the average new person that's kind of just getting hip, these things are investment.
It's
pieces.
hard to like spend $4,000 and then be like, yo, I'm gonna go out and wear them. But the other side of me is like, if you're gonna waste $4,000, then you should be wearing it.
It's also hard to like spend $150 and then not get the bag for $4,000. Also,
To me, that's the
Yeah.
stupidest shit you could do, though. Why, if I buy them for $150,
Like, if
and
you
I
hit
can
on 'em?
sell them for $4,000, I am selling. I
they're
might,
gone.
I
They
might
gone.
drive to StockX myself and hand deliver these bitches.
Yeah, they're gone.
Like what? Nigga?
Yeah, they
Like,
gone.
I'm not
They
doing
gone.
that. Like,
They
you
gone.
tripping? You know what I mean? So even with those off
Did
whites,
you sell the off whites yet?
they gone.
Out of here.
How did they do?
6.
Oh,
Oh,
that's great.
Yeah.
damn.
Oh, you got it when the iron was hot. I thought they were going down.
They were going down, but I literally caught the
Caught that right wave.
Caught the right wave because I believe everybody who hit the day that I got them, we all got the same shoes.
Yep.
So it really just depended where you lived
Mhm.
and how you sort of did your thing.
Like what
So,
facility they came out of and just ship them all.
Just how soon you
I don't
got
even
them,
think they cared. They were just like, you got a pair, throw it in the box, set them
throw
out.
it in the box.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but again, man, I'll stack up some shoes and we'll take them down to Soul Priorities soon. We'll see what they can do for us. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Episode 128. What's a podcast? I mean, obviously, there's a lot going on in the world. I think we mentioned it earlier. There was a mention of Kanye West. Kanye West dropped a new album Sunday. It had the streets talking.
Finally.
I saw a tweet that said that he didn't authorize it or something he wanted on the album. Whatever. It's all bullshit, right? Universal
all
did
bullshit.
some without.
It's all bullshit, and basically, it's because the
He's a
album.
fucking
The
liar.
album sucked, right? It
The album
flopped.
sucks. It's lackluster. No, it's not going to flop in terms of the kids listening to it.
People will buy it.
Not will stream it. And Kanye is very smart that he or his team or whomever's smart and that they put it out on Sunday, because nobody puts albums out on Sunday. It's actually a really smart move to put it on a Sunday.
Well, it's a gospel album too, right? So Sunday.
It's like
God's
he's
Day, all
trying
that.
to appeal to the gospel crowd, the gangster crowd,
And there's no features.
and
to
the
my
devils
understanding?
because
And the-
he
no,
also
the-
had Marilyn Manson somewhere, and Marilyn Manson was open about worshiping Satan back.
Yeah,
in
no,
the day.
he's a-
remember that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a million guests on there.
Oh, so I thought he like X'd all the fucking.
Nah, he got Jay, Cuddy, Young Thug, all the
Soldier
young
Boy
people
said
that-
he had a verse that didn't make it.
And
Yeah,
Chris
he,
Brown.
He was hot. Soldier Boy was hot.
So was Chris Brown.
Yeah, I mean, I
So do you
personally-
still get paid if you do it, and it doesn't come out or no?
Yeah, for sure.
So why would the fuck you give a fuck?
Because they want to be associated.
wanna
with
be on a
project.
Kanye album?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. I don't know if you get paid if it doesn't come out.
You still get paid. Yeah, you do. I mean, it depends on how all your stuff is sort of structured.
Yeah.
but you still get paid because there's a lot of artists that record songs all the time and do features and like.
So do you
Yeah.
like I didn't listen to it because I don't bang with the dude. But you as a DJ, what do you think
As a DJ, there's nothing on there for me
that
to
you can play at a party?
At all?
and at all. And I listened to it in the shop with Mike and Mitch, who are significantly younger than me.
What did they say?
They loved it.
They
Oh,
loved
man.
it.
They loved it.
They on that Yeezy wave though.
Yeah.
They were.
They,
Mike-
they,
Mike-
they
Mike-
still wear Yeezys.
Mike's like, y'all listen to the podcast. You guys are Kanye haters.
Fuck
He's
you,
like,
Mike.
you guys, and so I'm like, let's listen to it. So we listened to it, and it was not good. Like,
Well, I mean, it's for them anyway. So you know,
yes and no, because Kanye does have like the locks are on there. Jay
I mean,
Electronica is
and
on
Kanye
there.
is like our age.
right.
Kanye is
but
46 or 40.
He's like
he's 45.
He's 44.
44.
Okay.
So at this point in time, he just hasn't been able to recapture the magic of the past of his pre-40-year-old life. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, I mean, at one point in time, he was on. You know, he was probably one of my favorite MC
Easily.
rappers. You know what I'm saying? Like, what,
easily one of
yeah.
mine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I downloaded the album last night, the actual retail version, and I just was like, man, this is not good. He's only released a clean version so far.
I think he only is releasing a clean
Yeah,
version.
because obviously he's trying to keep it in line with it being a gospel and yada yada.
I don't know if there is a dirty version, so to speak.
Drake's gonna have a better album.
Oh,
Let's
for
go,
sure.
Drake. Come on.
We'll talk about
Six
the Drake.
God.
First of all, the Drake album cover is very
It's like
weird.
every pregnant, every
Yeah.
like pregnant colored person emoji.
Yeah,
like
Wait,
yeah,
is
yeah.
that
white.
really the album
That's-
artwork? I thought
that's
that was a
album
joke.
artwork. No, that's it.
That's just kind of fire though. Fuck it.
That's it.
That's fire.
I hope.
What does
I hope
that
he-
mean? Oh, because it's
knows?
certified lover boy, and the lover got a whole bunch of chicks pregnant.
He fucks with all of them. Yeah.
Who knows? I hope not for his.
Okay,
But I mean,
He
Drake.
can afford it.
Yeah, I mean, Drake will. He'll have some bangers on it. It comes
who
out
owns
for-
those emojis? Like, are they copyrighted
I
or something?
I think you do if they're on your phone.
It's an Apple emoji, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but so Apple owns that artwork. Maybe Apple
mean-
should sue him. Well, he's on Apple Music, right? So
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah, they're not-
it's
they're
all
not
part
gonna
of the
sue
same
him.
team.
I mean, I don't know if they can. They come with your phone. You know.
Yeah, but this is not his phone. This is
Yeah,
This
but
is
he's not
artwork
selling,
made.
He's not selling the emoji.
he's selling an album.
Exactly.
artwork is part of the album.
I mean, I don't know. I think he'd be all right.
Listen,
Okay.
somebody find out.
I think he'll be all right.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
somebody find out.
lawsuits going on, man. Trademark and copyright information is becoming more important and relevant today, now more than ever. Fat Joe's album just got taken off of fucking streaming platforms because he had way too many samples. Or not an album. What was it? A mixtape, right? With DJ Drama?
It got taken off
I don't
all the
know.
platforms.
Oh, yeah.
Did it?
Yo, he just dropped one like last week or a week and a half ago, and it's now no longer on any streaming platforms.
I thought
because a lot of those samples did not clear.
Wow. But if
Why
it's a
was-
mixtape,
Let me look that up.
No,
again.
no.
Let me make sure.
Why was Fat Joe's new album removed from streaming services? So this
I think it's a
isn't-
mixtape. It has something to do with DJ Drama. It's called "What Would Big Do in 2021" or something like that.
Okay, on August 10th, Fat Joe surprised many fans by announcing a new project titled "What Would Big Do 2021?"
Yeah.
with DJ Drama. It's a 9-track album. Cool and Dre, a bunch of random.
Oh, it is an
people.
album.
Okay.
Okay.
He had 2 successful singles prior to it. So released across streaming platforms on Friday to mostly positive reviews. As of today, August 23rd, the project is no longer accessible, and nobody seems to have answers. And so,
I think that's the same thing I might have read. If you go down further,
the comments or something.
no, it within the same article, or maybe it's a different article, but it's because of sampling issues that the producers had not cleared.
unfortunately, one of the project's strengths is also its biggest downfall: the samples. As
go.
confirmed by his camp, Fat Joe and Cool and Dre were unsuccessful in obtaining clearance for 7 of the 9 well-produced
Come
tracks.
on.
And they
Come
still put it out.
on. Fat Joe is experienced and a vet in this game, and
Yeah.
so are these producers. Like,
Yeah.
I would not put it out.
Well, where he fucked up was putting it on streaming services.
Yes. Well,
It's-
he was trying to make money. Like,
but you
that's
can-
where
you-
you make money.
for
But you
now-
can't put it out on a streaming service without these samples being
For
cleared.
now, fans can listen to the album in its entirety except for the print sample track on YouTube and datpiff.com.
Yeah, it's on DatPiff. But just going to how important it is to have all your paperwork right and album artwork or samples or
Yeah.
fucking, if you're doing a Air Force One lookalike, like all these things, it's so important to have everything in order.
Yeah.
And I was planning on listening to that Fat Joe project just because I fucks with
I
Fat
fuck
Joe,
with Fat
man.
Joe too.
Fat Joe the Don. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I mean, let's be honest, he hasn't had a good album since
No, that's not true.
That's not true.
98.
Every album he's dropped has been good, even in the last few years. The shit he did with Remy was good enough.
No.
It was
Cool
good,
and Dre
man.
shit.
He's had bangers on every one of them shits.
I would say his current albums aren't as good as his older albums.
Of course,
but
but
still,
yeah.
he has at least like 1 or 2 songs on there that's banging.
Yeah, but one song out of 21 is not a good average.
I'm just saying he's 45 years old, yo. He's still relevant,
it's
know?
still relevant.
Yeah.
Like you have to. He can't make the same music he was making. Jay's the same way. Jay's music is not the same it was 20 years ago.
at all.
Even when
Fat
he's
Joe's
talking about
51.
Basquiat's and shit, like it's still kind of like, yo, all right, bro, we get it. But
You're
same
rich.
thing with Fat Joe, like, you know what I'm saying? It's
No.
the material has changed, the flows have changed.
No.
You've grown, and it's no longer the same thing. Except for Nas. Nas the greatest.
I was literally about to say with
Nas is the
exception of
greatest.
Nas, you're a Republican. With the exception of Nas,
Escobar cigars.
Nas just put everything you said to rest. Like,
But he bodied that shit though.
No, Nas has bodied 2 albums in 2 years.
Yeah.
The music's he's only
Jerome
getting
said
better.
that.
I
Yeah.
did say that. Of
No,
course.
but I'm not everybody is Nas though.
right, and Fat Joe definitely is not, and everything.
He's definitely
since
not Nas.
Everything
But-
since
but-
'98 has been trash.
That's
But
not
who-
true.
no,
that's not true. You cannot say trash. You cannot say trash.
Jerome,
It's-
I've heard you play like Lean Back and Make It Rain, and those came out way after 98. And they bang in the club.
yeah.
I honestly have never played Lean Back. I'll tell you
That's
that right
not
now.
true.
Make It Rain. I used to play for the Pilgrims for sure. They loved it. You know what I mean?
You played all this shit in your Napoleon days because every
I
white
just
person
said,
knows
yeah,
these
for the
songs.
Pilgrims. Yeah.
No,
You
I'm saying
never
even
played
Lean Back.
I've never played Lean Back. No, I literally just download. I can tell you the date when I downloaded it. I just got it.
I think Joe's put out solid projects even in
Yeah, I
the
think-
last 5 or 6 years, man.
I think he's done a good job.
he's
of
had
staying
number
relevant.
one albums. Like,
Yeah.
we can look that up. I don't think I made that up. I think he has had number
What's
one.
the song
albums.
he had with Ashanti? I know you bang that.
What's love?
Yeah, you
Bang
bang that
Ashanti?
for sure.
Yo, Ashanti is 40 years old. She just, oh man, she is the blueprint.
Really?
Oh my God, you haven't seen her?
No.
She's married to a pilgrim.
Oh,
but
I
still.
saw her a
she's
few
married?
years ago. She's
Yeah,
married.
She's married to a pilgrim.
Is that? Should we shout her out for that or? Yeah, shout out to Ashanti. Why
Yo,
not?
do you?
Listen,
Do you? Love is
Whatever
love,
works.
man.
love
do
is
you?
love. Yeah, okay. There we go. But she's 40 years old. You said.
Yeah, she's 40. She
What's
might
her
be
name
turning
on
41 this year.
Instagram? She's
Ashanti?
What's her name on Instagram?
I mean, I don't know if it's like the real Ashanti or you know how they do.
You just type in Ashanti, I'm sure it pops up.
She got her husband on here.
Probably not.
Nah, she just allowed him to be posted earlier this year.
She just allowed him. That is funny. You know, Eve is also married to a pilgrim.
He's
Yeah.
the dude that does that car races or some shit. Like
Yeah,
Gumball or
the
something.
Cannonball Run or something like that.
Gumball.
Eve's been,
Gumball.
but yeah, Eve chooses her men in an interesting way though. So it is what it is.
What
yeah,
does that
Ashanti-
mean?
I think one of her last dudes was like a controlling African king or some shit like that. It was weird. It was weird shit. But Ashanti looks great for being 40 years old.
Shout
Like,
out to Ashanti
you
and
know
shout
what
out
I'm
to
saying?
Eve.
Yeah.
Eve, I don't know. Have you seen the latest skit that Cameron put up for her
Yes,
show?
I love it.
The Eve.
I
and
love
Cameron
these skits
skit.
with Cameron, man.
I hope
Whether it's
Cam-
Brandy or Eve, and I love that Cameron has always is not taking himself so seriously. It's important for him to do that after they took that L from on Versus.
I hope that he is a part of this show, has a big part of the show.
Yeah,
Because he's helping the promo go really far, right? So, and Eve even pointed that out yesterday in the skit. She said, "Put on Best of the Locks," and Cam was like, "Yo, you're not even D Block." He's like, "You only Rough Riders. You're not even D Block." So
it's funny.
it was a really good skit, man. Episode 128. What's a podcast?
I don't think Ashanti's married, bro.
I don't think so either.
Oh no, there is a pilgrim I see here.
I'm trying to tell you.
I don't know if she's married, but there's definitely a pilgrim in the picture. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Shout
Yeah,
out to Ashanti.
Yeah, do you?
Yeah. Okay. That's where we at. Nah, but those skits with Cam are hilarious, man. I love that shit.
Yeah, shout
Is
out
the
to-
crate challenge still happening, or am I not on social media enough?
I think it's still happening. I think people are getting fucked up.
Oh, I saw TikTok took it off. They're not allowing that to be shown on TikTok anymore. I think it's because white people are now getting hurt. TikTok is now like, oh, we should stop this. You know, there's more and more white people doing it. They're getting hurt. People's arms are breaking.
Yo,
Fuck
people
you,
been getting
TikTok.
fucked up.
So
But
that
now
brand-
all of a sudden, it's important to be safe. Like you allow like racists and people saying vile and nasty shit on your platform, but you draw the line at the crate challenge. Like, come on, does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, in their world, it does. Plus, people were really getting hurt too.
Yeah, but
get
you
that.
allow all this other fuck shit to happen on your platform, and you don't say shit about it, you know. And I don't know.
Shout out to Chef Lindo. He just texted me. It's my guy. You
Shout
know
out
what
to
I'm
Chef
saying?
Lindo. Make some beats
God.
for the pod.
Yo,
we need to open up with some more beats. Or we have so many drops that we haven't used, man. We need to.
Yeah.
Silent Time. He's now a model, and all of a sudden he's forgotten how to
don't
be
got time.
producer.
So what we do want to pay attention to, obviously, you know what I'm saying, we're 54 minutes in. And, you know, there's real shit happening in the world. Hurricane Ida touched down 16 years to the day of
Katrina.
in New
Crazy.
Orleans.
That's
it
crazy.
It was the real crazy part was seeing people tweet their location, asking for help, or like you just it was real time. You're really watching, you know, people lose their lives, lose their
Yeah, lose
possessions,
everything.
lose everything. I'm looking at a map of Louisiana right now, where it stands, sort of how, you know, like if a hurricane goes to New Orleans, that means it has to kind of go between Cuba, Miami, and then catch wreck to go straight to New Orleans, which means to me, my mother, my grandmother always said that hurricanes were sort of God's way to punish people for slavery because of the path that they take and where they hit.
Mm.
And there also is a lot of different cultures in New Orleans with
Why don't they hit
Africans.
like Idaho then?
I don't know if Idaho had a big slave trade per se.
Or,
I don't
like
know.
fucking Montana or some shit. Who had the biggest slave trade back then?
Had to
Like,
be the
I'm
Virginias and the Carolinas,
I would
probably.
say the Carolinas probably. Yeah.
Yeah,
Carolinas,
Virginias and
yeah.
the Carolinas, Georgia.
Texas, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, anything that just sort of goes from Texas to Virginia and even Maryland to a degree, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I know Pennsylvania had slaves, New York had slaves, so but I just feel bad, man. All those black people in New Orleans
Yeah.
who have just stuck it out, made that city what it is, and it's just like things it just keep pummeled.
Yeah,
And then
man.
it's like they suffer twice. They suffer once from the hurricane, and then they suffer again from the ineptitude of the people in charge who are supposed to be helping them. Right? I saw a
Yeah.
tweet where they said the police department wasn't helping people in the streets, but it was helping guard the Whole Foods.
That's crazy.
You're more worried about overpriced
Produce.
A corporation.
than you are about helping the people. In the
Amazon
streets.
on top of that.
Yeah, for
Whole
sure.
Foods is
Yeah,
now
Jeff
Amazon.
Bezos.
Make
Amazon-
that motherfucker another fucking. He doesn't have enough billions. You decide to.
So
Sickening.
keep Hurricane Ida in your prayers. Keep the people
sure.
of New Orleans in your prayers. We also want to make sure that, we live in the D.C. area, so it's kind of been on our radar a bit. Is the Afghan refugees who've been arriving, particularly to I think they've been flying into
Dulles.
Dulles, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of videos and photos. I saw one Instagram post was a set of sisters hugging each other. One sister was here, the
Oh,
other
man.
sister got here safely. And the other
It's
sister,
sad,
the
man.
sister who was coming from Afghanistan, had to inform her other sister that their dad had gotten shot by the Taliban, killed in his sleep.
Jeez.
That's crazy, man.
You know what I'm saying? So there was obviously the United States pulled out of Afghanistan fully, even though I believe Streetwear Eddie said they left about 100 Americans behind. And the Taliban actually celebrated the U.S. by hanging an Afghan interpreter from a helicopter.
One of an American Black Hawk helicopter that they left behind. They ended up demilitarizing a whole bunch of equipment, such as helicopters and tanks and all this shit. And it now belongs to the Taliban. And in order to celebrate the Americans leaving, they hung a guy who was an Afghan interpreter working for the U.S. State Department and for the United States. They hung him from a helicopter, dog, while the helicopter was flying.
That's crazy.
So
It's the craziest and nastiest shit I've ever seen.
the crazy part about it is actually if you spend some time, and I suggest everybody spend some time on really why this war happened and how poorly there was never a proper plan for victory, never a plan for a proper plan to exit.
Yeah.
And if you see the people that were involved, and if you see sort of the reasoning, we're aware of it, but America is going to have its day. And when America has its day, it's going to be very, very, very ugly because of how they've intervened, obviously in South America, destabilizing countries, Africa, destabilizing countries,
Middle East.
Middle East, just destabilizing countries.
Yeah.
You just left a ton of people high and dry. They're worried about women across the board.
Asia,
they
Vietnam,
literally.
all that. Yeah.
I saw a tweet where a preschool teacher or elementary school teacher was sobbing, apologizing, saying goodbye to all the women, young girls in the classroom because he knew that he would never see them again.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I don't know if you guys saw that there was a graphic where the Taliban put up sort of the ideology that they are going to use in Afghanistan moving forward. And then they put the Republican ideology right next to it. It's literally the same shit. Banning gay marriage. Women can only do so much. Like, it is one of the most disappointing and hurtful occurrences that we've had to have watch here in this, since I've been on this earth, 41 years, right?
Yeah.
And, you just got to pray for everybody over there. There's a lot of people who've been helping out. Like I said, I used to DJ at a spot called Napoleon. It's now called Lapis. They've been taking, anything you can donate to them. They've been doing it for almost a week now. No,
Mhm.
more than a week. I'm sorry, more than a week.
That's an Afghan-owned restaurant.
Afghan restaurant.
Oh, is
Yeah,
it
Yeah.
yeah,
Napoleon
yeah.
is or
Napoleon.
Lapis?
Yeah,
Both of them.
they are Afghan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they are Afghan. So, great people over
Oh
there as
man.
well. So it just sucks. It just sucks, man. But like I said, when you look at colonialism, when you look at imperialism, when you look at capitalism and its effects on the world, one of the biggest proponents and enforcers of it is the United States. And what they've done to these countries over the last 60 years, at some point, man, the chicken's got to come home to roost. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you're just kind of like, you can't be caught off guard. You can't be so dumb to think that everybody has their day. And where this country is now being very divided with vaccines and just my body, my choice, and voting rights and all that shit. It's a lot going on in the world. You know what I mean? So keep the people of
For sure.
Afghanistan in your prayers. Keep the people of New Orleans in your prayers.
Indeed.
Keep Antoine Gilmore in your prayers. His family. He was a young black man who was sleeping in his car. I believe the police pulled up on him, banged on his window,
Woke him up.
startled him, and then immediately shot and killed him.
Yeah. They startled him and then got startled themselves
Yeah.
and proceeded to shoot this young man, 27 years old, bro, and killed him. They murdered this kid. And then you look on the other side, just last week, there was a fucking a pilgrim from Virginia
Making bomb threats outside the
that-
Capitol.
that decided to drive his pickup on the sidewalk next to the Capitol and had screaming that he had bombs around the city and in his fucking truck. And somehow they managed to fucking safely disarm him and no longer make him a threat.
Right.
He's still alive.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so ridiculous how far the division is amongst this country and how much harder black men and women and brown men and women have it in this country. It's, you don't even need to be doing anything wrong for you to get fucked.
Yeah.
You don't need to be guilty of anything except having that skin color. And you're going to get fucked. And it's not by fucking, it's not by, let's say, a one racist person, out there being a vigilante and it's like, yo, I'm going to fucking fuck everybody up of color. It's by fucking authorities.
Yeah. I mean, they could be
Police,
they
men
could
and
even be the
women.
same color as them.
Policemen and women who are supposed to protect and serve.
Yeah. And most of the time, they're not even following procedure that was taught to them when they do it.
No.
You know?
I mean,
They're-
or, the procedure that they're taught.
No, but
is
they're not
flawed.
even following it. Like they were even saying, like that's not normal police procedure. Like that shouldn't have done that. Why didn't they barricade the car if he was sleeping for 2 fucking hours? Why didn't they put a cop car in front of it and behind it so
Yeah.
he couldn't get out the way?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like none of that shit was like regular procedure. They were all wrong.
And or I haven't heard anything from the mayor. Has she even made a statement about this, Mayor Bowser?
I don't think the mayor has.
She's for a long time has been saying this shit happens in other cities, but police brutality and is historically hasn't been as crazy in Washington D.C.
I mean, it just
as
hasn't
it has-
been documented.
It
I would
has
say it's
exactly
I'd
has
say it's
not
been
been
crazy.
documented in DC as it has in other cities. But for you to fucking be quiet right now is also poor leadership, man.
been crazy.
Poor fucking leadership.
I mean, I feel like that's just sign of the times.
It's politicians, man.
Sign of the times that it's poor leadership. We're all just trying to get through it one day at a time. People don't look for these people in position to help them as much as they look for their neighbors and other people to really put, to help them out. So do what you can do, but please keep these people in your prayers.
Yeah.
Afghanistan, Ida, and
Yeah. And we have a lot of people
Antoine
that
Delmont.
listen to our podcast throughout the whole United States and overseas as well, man. Just look in your area in whatever city you are in, whatever you can give, come up with a place that is trustworthy where you can drop off blankets and food, canned items, and
Anything.
anything.
These people
Any
have nothing.
They have nothing. They literally
Have
came
nothing.
into this country with nothing. They didn't even have
Yeah.
time to grab a change of clothes.
And even the clothes they brought were not. They would.
Yeah.
People would typecast them for wearing the type of clothes that they wear in their own country. So
Yeah. So listen, give whatever you can. Prayers to everybody in New Orleans and surrounding areas that have been hit by Hurricane Ida. It's mind-boggling that it's hit 16 years to the day of Katrina, man.
That's crazy.
What's the science behind that? There has to be some sort of meaning that some sort of
God.
message God is giving us, bro. I mean,
God's on the way for y'all, man.
listen, like it's I have good friends that are from that area, from New Orleans, and man, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Listen, man. I just think everything is a pilgrim's fault.
100%, I agree.
That's all I got for you.
Yep.
Yeah,
Episode 128. What's the podcast? So if you've seen the movie Kids, obviously we're dating ourselves a bit, but I believe it came out in '95.
Mm-hmm.
Kids was this seminal sort of downtown New York City film documentary, mockumentary, whatever you want to call it, about the lives of a crew down there, and just it dealt with everything, man. It dealt with a lot of stuff, and so one of the people that was most influenced by this film, was amongst millions of others, is a young man by the name of Kunle. Kunle has been Kunle has been an omnipresent figure in downtown New York City. He's actually my age.
Yep.
Since that time, since the mid to late '90s, he is the man in charge of a crew called IRAK, which is really really big, just in downtown New York City culture stuff, and some
they're
of the
graffiti
members,
crew.
yeah, graffiti crew, but they're just another
Like a
crew
lifestyle crew.
yeah, lifestyle crew for sure. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, they're part of that A life,
Trendsetters.
yeah, A life. Anything sort of all those crews that were down there,
Supreme.
Supreme, all of that.
Yeah.
So Kunle has a feature on GQ.com right now.
Oh, okay.
That really gets into his life, his transition into an artist.
I gotta read that.
It's pretty good. It's pretty in depth, man.
I gotta big that up. I gotta read that because Kunle is actually a West African name, man. It's a Nigerian name.
He is
He's
Nigerian.
Nigerian.
He is okay. Well,
Yeah,
then there
yeah.
you
He's
go, man.
half
I'll fuck with him.
Nigerian, half African American. Yep.
Okay, I'll
Like
fuck with
his-
him
his
just
mom-
off of that.
His mom's from Virginia, and his dad's from Nigeria.
Yeah,
So,
Kunle is it's almost like David. Like it's a very common.
That common.
name. Yeah.
So I really enjoyed the piece because it basically gave you the layers that which led to him, just his life and how it played out.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? He said he knew from a young kid he wasn't really about school so much, and him and his dad always kind of had an iffy relationship, and it just sort of really lays it out into like how he got started.
Homelessness.
Homelessness, exactly. Like
If I'm not mistaken, he may be gay as well.
he's gay as well, so his sexuality,
Okay.
and then how that played a part in like there's this artist by the name of Ryan McGinley who's like a big time
Also
artist,
gay.
who's also gay. When he found out that Kunle was gay, you know what I'm saying, it opened up the world for both of them, and
Yep.
he was sleeping on trains. He was
Wow.
just
Just
kind of
boosting-
really
boosting all his every
boosting
meal.
the drug use,
Yeah.
obviously, and how that impacted his crew and his life. Like solid write up for sure.
He
Yeah.
also made fucking couple of classic sneakers, man. He had an Adidas that dropped with A Life in 2007, and then in 2008 as well. And actually, they just retroed that.
Just
like-
recently, they came
yeah.
out with two different colorways.
Well, it's the same shoe. They just
Yeah.
retroed it.
Yep.
It was the same shoes that dropped in 07 and 08 at
And they
A
just put the
Life
2020 on it.
exclusively, and they switched it up and retroed it. So, I mean, he's got a huge footprint and history in the sneaker game as well, man. So, I think that's dope. Yeah, it was what was it, a ZX 8000? I think was the shoe that they did for in 07 and 08.
Yep.
Gore-Texed out, like, you know what I'm saying, like
Yep,
really
fire.
really great shoe. and it was very very limited in '07 and '08. I managed to get my hands on them back then, and I doubled up when they dropped
retro
again.
drop?
It's
I mean,
yeah, it's how much I really fuck with that shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shout out to Kunle, man. What else? What do y'all what's coming out sneaker wise that you guys are fucking with? You see those social status? Got some dunks coming out.
Dunk mids.
Yeah, there's some sort of message behind it. What is that? Let me look that up. I think they
Uh,
have to do with free school lunches or something like that, right?
That's kind of fire.
Maybe I didn't get those big kids dunks this morning for my child. I was pretty
Ooh.
upset about that. Yeah, Nike they didn't know today was her birthday, but
Took
whatever.
the L on her birthday.
Exactly.
You can still make
Damn.
it. You can still make it happen.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna stock X these joints.
Yeah. I mean, if she really
Yeah.
want them, get them.
What are you getting her for her birthday?
Whatever she wants.
That's amazing.
I just learned,
That's,
man. Like
that's a good answer.
when you try
What,
to do
what
too
does she
much,
want?
Roblox, whatever they're called.
Mm.
Probably wants to go to Ted's Bulletin or something. I mean,
Oh,
Bella's,
listen, that's a good place to go for your birthday.
Bella's super cool, man. She don't be tripping off much. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's super cool.
She likes what you like.
Yeah, she's just cool. Like, she don't be tripping too much. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate that about her.
It looks like these dunks are inspired by milk cartons given during summertime free lunches, which is dope. Did you know that school lunches are currently free for the whole year? Just
I thought
because
they
of
were
COVID?
always free.
It
Nah.
makes sense.
Oh.
Nah, school, remember
Nah,
school?
it's never been free.
Nah, it was never free because remember they were always saying how like kids were carrying balances and carrying debt, and people were like paying off kids' balances
Right.
so they could eat lunch.
Well, you had to be eligible to like receive some sort of free lunch program from the city or whatever county that you're a part of. But I think right now, because of COVID and a lot of displacement amongst families and stuff like that, they've kind of made lunches free across the board.
I mean, they should be
in
free.
Maryland, at least.
They should be
I
free.
wonder what it's like in DC.
It's
I
free-
don't
it's free in
necessarily do the lunches just because for my kids just I gotta research more as to what they're feeding them. Like, you know what I'm saying? If it's some crappy shit like fucking Cheetos and shit like that, I'm definitely not.
I mean, I think
wanna be a part of that.
school lunches should be free for everybody because
No,
see,
100%.
Some kids that's the only meal they eat all day, you know, so it should be free.
Listen, Michelle Obama came and changed the game though, because she started advocating more for more healthy lunches to be given out to kids because they were giving you pretty much Kool-Aid for breakfast back in the day. Kool-Aid
Right.
and donuts.
Right.
I remember taking a tour of an elementary school here in DC back in the day, and I remember walking in and they were feeding the free breakfast given out to kids on the program was Kool-Aid and donuts, and I was shocked, and I just could not believe it. I'm like, yo, this is what you all giving the babies for real?
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
And you wonder why they can't sit still
Right.
in class because
Yeah.
they bounce off the walls.
So you know what's crazy is so prior to me DJing in Baltimore Friday, I had another gig in Annapolis, and a real easy.
Oh,
gig,
you were
like, super chill.
making some money this weekend.
I got busy. So a woman who I'm cool with, I just know her through DJing, like just know her through DJing, whatever. She's telling me her son just turned 7 and has declared himself a vegetarian.
Good for
And
him.
I like
she was
that.
saying- and I was like, what are you gonna do about like packing lunch for school? She said that's the only problem, that they're sort of they're gonna make breakfast at home. They'll be able to eat as soon as he gets home, but lunch they're trying to work out what like they live in Maryland, I believe, but
Mhm.
they're trying to work out what the school can offer. You know what I'm saying? And
They can't offer shit.
they can't offer a lot. I mean, they can't offer a lot in terms of like outside of carrots and celery and
Ketchup
apple juice.
packets.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure his parents are gonna have to be very proactive. Very proactive. But I always found that school lunches were super disappointing. But over COVID, my daughter's school was still open during the summertime and during the day because, like you guys said, that was a lot of kids only meals.
I want to say a lot of DC public schools were doing
It was
that.
all DCPS, right?
Yeah.
So it was like 10 or 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. was just wide open.
Like handed out free lunches.
Well, the thing is, you could get as much as you wanted.
Yeah, I mean,
So
as
if
they
you-
should.
So if you stocked up on sandwiches, stocked up on pears and apples and all that kind of
You
stuff,
could have lunch for the whole week.
I mean, definitely for the whole day. But you could come back every day and do it if you wanted to.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I think we overlook important things like that. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to just like how crazy the pandemic is, how crazy the world is. It's just like people are like, they have having free school lunch is a big deal right now.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
like, oh my God, we have free school lunch. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that should be embedded in society. You know what I mean? So
You know, one thing that needs to go away from school lunches and school breakfasts that has been falsely prophesized to us throughout our whole childhood, and I think it's still continuing.
milk.
Milk.
Yeah, that's gross.
Fucking milk. Like, why? And this shoe, obviously, we're talking about the social status dunk, is also based on milk cartons. But milk there is nothing healthy about milk. I think you get like calcium to like make your teeth and bones stronger, but that's also available in a lot of other shit.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
And milk single-handedly might be close to poison. I mean, I'm reaching, but you all know what I mean.
Cow milk is designed to give energy to an animal that's going to weigh like 3,000 fucking pounds, 2,000.
But not only just cow milk on its own. That's
All
but
milk.
Now you're adding strawberry and chocolate and all this shit into
yeah,
fucking
but
milk.
that's just crazy.
Right. So, but that's what they feed the babies. Like, you know what I'm saying? And
Just drink water.
bro, it's nasty.
I've never had milk, so I don't know.
I love milk, and I'm
don't
to be
know.
blamed for that as well. But
I don't drink
I try to
milk.
cut that shit out at the house. But we do almond milk as a replacement. It's healthier. It's better. It's But listen, milk on its own, even the 2% or the whole milk. If you're drinking whole milk, you're a fucking savage.
Or half and half.
I don't even know what that means, but let's go.
Well, whole milk means it's completely with all
Just-
the fat
just
and
milk.
all that shit, like rawest form of milk. Like then you also have like 1% or 2%.
Skim
which
milk.
It's like they've taken
It's like
out
a
all the
watered
shit,
down
but
version.
It's a watered down version of milk, right? So they've taken out a lot of the fat components from milk.
Still
I mean,
gross.
listen, we're over here talking about milk, man. What are you gonna do? The milk lobby has done a fucking fantastic job of making their product relevant.
Yeah,
to
dairy
health
farmers
and-
been getting that
yeah,
bag.
They've been getting that bag.
I
It
want to
needs
say
stop.
I want to say as of September 1st though. Well, I've never drank milk. I'm
Ever in your life?
ever because I was allergic. I'm lactose. I'm black. A lot of
Right.
Black people are lactose.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So,
You don't eat ice cream,
nah, don't. That shit kills me.
cheese.
Kills me.
What about? Have you ever done Lactaid?
Nah, never. My mom wasn't into that shit. She
You don't
was
eat
like,
cheese
pills?
pizza.
Oh,
I
you do
vegan.
pizza. You do fucking red light. I seen you.
I've done it. But again, it
Paid
doesn't
for
do-
it
doesn't
later
do
on?
well. Twice.
Gives you the
Oof,
BG.
man.
Gives you the BGs.
BGs. You know what I mean? But I think September 1st, I'm trying to give up pork for
Okay.
good. I was gonna give up liquor, but that's gonna be tough because I got a gig in Virginia Beach on September 2nd, so that's just right out the window.
Just
And and
just
then
drink wine.
I think my man Crooked's coming down middle of the month too. So that's
Shout
gonna
out
be
to
a
the
little
Road
difficult.
Podcast. He's coming out
Yeah,
here.
I think he's coming down DC. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Where's he DJing at?
he's not. He's just coming to hang. He's just coming
Oh,
to
word.
He just seen us. You know what I'm saying? Doing our
Let's
thing,
go.
so
All right.
that could get ugly. But outside of that, I'm not drinking anymore. You know what I mean? I realize my bounce back game is not strong at all. And
Well, I mean, if you're doing 6 gigs in a fucking weekend, you can't bounce back from that.
And you can't have the bubble guts.
Yeah.
Saturday night, I literally turned down 14 drinks. Like they would give me the drink, and I would like take a sip and like throw it
Pour
in the
that shit
trash
out.
can or pour it in a plant or something like that. Like people were trying to kill
Is
me.
that good for the plant? I don't know.
It's better for the. It's not good.
It's better for the plant than
Yeah,
Jerome.
like, I'm not sure. Bro, it was
Yeah.
ugly. You know what I mean? I was just like, this is too much. Like I appreciate the love all day, but I would be in a different world if I drank all this stuff. A bad one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to DJ if you drank
I
14
wouldn't be able
fucking
to
drinks.
do anything.
Yeah.
Anything. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. We'll see what happens with that. I think we're now gonna say, what is Abdul watching?
Man, I started a couple of new shows. Um, there's a new show on FX called Reservation Dogs that I'm gonna recommend to everybody. It's a show about being in Oklahoma and growing up Native American in Oklahoma, and how it's about a group of kids that have kind of formed like a little gang of friends. And just because they're bored in Oklahoma, there's nothing to do. They're all Native American. And it shows how miserable life is in Oklahoma. Like, literally, I watched that show and I was like, holy shit, I'm so glad I grew up out here. My life could have gone completely opposite if I had grown up in like fucking bumfuck Oklahoma, right?
Yeah.
But listen, it's very well written, good actors. It's a comedy. It's hilarious. I recommend it for everybody. It's called Reservation Dogs. And then I started this other show called Devs on also on FX. Um, and I'm not even gonna go too much into it. It started out strong and then fizzled off, and it was on some sci-fi shit. It had to do with uh, a couple that worked for a tech company in Silicon Valley, and the dude, the boyfriend, started working for some secret component of the company. He tried to fucking steal their code. They caught him. They killed him, and then Shorty got left behind, and she was trying to find out who killed her husband or her boyfriend, and you know, but so it started out strong. That's a good storyline, right? But as it went along, the episodes went in, it just got weirder and fucking dumb, and I regret watching the whole thing, man, because I was so like I'd already bought into the show by like
Mm-hmm.
the fourth episode that I continued on for like another 4 or 5 episodes that I shouldn't have. Um, yeah, so don't watch that. Um, yeah, what else have I been watching?
You watch Godfather Harlem?
Nah,
Catch
I'm
back up?
letting some of those episodes accrue, man. I got them sitting on my DVR right now. I'm gonna just
Shit's fire.
binge watch the whole shit. But you've been watching it. It's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. There's a bunch of shows that are starting out, new seasons that are starting out. What's the name of shit? Billions is starting back up. Um, so look for that on Showtime. Oh, the Power Book Raising of Canaan, 50 Cent. Again, listen,
Yeah.
very, very good show. If you haven't seen that, I think we're like 6 episodes in. Very, very good, man. It's very well written, well acted. It's way better than Power itself. The kid that's playing a young 50 Cent is a good actor. It's all around, man. Everybody, all the actors and actresses are very, very good on that show. Yeah, that's all I got.
Let's see. So musically, we talked about that dud of a Kanye album.
Kanye album is trash. Don't support it. Don't waste $87 on chicken nuggets at the next Kanye show, man.
West Side Gun.
Ooh,
Hitler wears Hermes 8, I believe.
fire.
He's on 8 already.
Fire.
Yeah.
Like, that shit is incredible. Kendrick Lamar is on a single by his cousin, Baby Keem.
Oh, that's his
called
cousin?
Yeah, Baby Keem is his little cousin.
Okay.
Phenomenal record. Song's called Family Ties. Incredible record again. I don't know if you guys listen to Boldy James at all, but the Bo Jackson LP with Boldy James and Alchemist, stellar as well. I got a bunch of new music actually, because Georgia Smith put something new out. It's pretty good. Division and Ty Dolla Sign. It's okay. Trippie Redd put an album out.
Sean Paul
It's
got a new
okay.
joint with Ty Dolla Sign too.
Okay.
Called OnlyFans. It's really good.
Okay. So
Dope.
yeah, I mean, a lot of new music out, which obviously we're gonna get as the rest of the year goes on, and you know what I'm saying. But that West Side Gun is it, and so is that Baby Keem. That Baby Keem and Kendrick can make you want to really drive through a wall, man. It's dope. So, other than that, you know what I'm saying. That's pretty much it in the world of music. Parties are steadily returning. I had a good weekend. I have some more traveling lined up. I'm trying to get back to Arizona as soon as possible. Hopefully the weekend of October 2nd if this gig comes through. And other than that, man, we just moving and grooving. What's the podcast? Episode 128. Shout out to my man, always available. Hashtag Sheware Eddie.
Peace.
Don't charge Abdul. AKA...
Yes, sir. Nope. No AKAs. That's it. We're not doing that. False narrative, fake news. We can't do that.
Hit a little sensitive spot there. I respect it.
We
and,
out.
I'm Jerome Baker III, and we're out. Peace.
Shout out to our resident model, Streetwear. No, not Streetwear. Sorry, Silent Tom, the model.
Happy birthday, Bella Bean.